Welcome to my views on news. Four news stories. Firstly, Amhara state media and pro-government activists are sharing pictures and videos claiming that Amhara Special Force members are returning to their camps. They left their camps and they tried to launch a resistance against Ethiopian National Defense Force, and there were protests for around 6 days in the Amhara region. Details for you. Secondly, Amhara Special Force members have completely withdrawn from one main city in Raya, southern Tigray. Yesterday, withdrawal was completed. Is Tigray going to retake control of Raya in coming days? Thirdly, viewers, ESAT, a satellite television channel, was warned today by Ethiopian media authority. All diaspora-based, foreign-based satellite television channels, Ethiopian channels, have turned anti-government. The man who is heading ESAT is very critical of PM Abiy, though in 2021 he was seen wearing military uniform in Ethiopia, vowing to fight for Ethiopia against Tigray forces. Lastly, a video is being shared showing public execution. For the last 2 days it was shared, and now people claim the video is from Wollo, Oromia Special Zone, North Shua Zone of Amhara region, and that the victim is an Oromo. We have details for you. Firstly, viewers, it seems that Amhara Special Force members are returning to their camps. 2 days ago, Girma Yeshitila, Amhara top Prosperity Party leaders said that around 30% of total Special Force soldiers had left their camps in the 6-day-long protests, and that efforts were being made to ensure the return of these soldiers. And we saw that in Gondar, people, soldiers, ASF soldiers from different parts of Amhara region entered, and they tried to form a joint front with participation of Amhara Special Force, Fano, and other groups to challenge Amhara regional government. Now, from South Gondar, pictures are being shared. And last night, we heard from an Amhara government official that a task force had been set up for the return of Amhara Special Force soldier. Dr. Sima Tirhone issued a statement from Amhara government. He said that task force with involvement of Prosperity Party, elders, religious leaders, activists, youth had been established to talk to Amhara Special Force members who had left the camps after they were told to hand over their weapons. They refused and they left the camps, and then we saw start of confrontation between Amhara Special Force and Ethiopian National Defense Force and start of protests in the Amhara region. Now it seems that things are moving in the right direction, that Amhara Special Force members are returning to the camps where they were stationed. It means disarmament is starting. From South Gondar, pictures are being shared. Tilahun Dejane is Amhara Prosperity Party zonal leader. He welcomed returning Amhara Special Force members in South Gondar. In Wollo as well, reportedly, Amhara Special members are returning to their camps. In Waldia, ASF members were seen today filling in forms stating their options, their choice in terms of next deployment, because they're going to be part of either regional police or federal forces. So they have been given forms which they are filling in to state their choice. So it means that discussions have been held with participation of religious elders, activists, other notables, and that is why in some areas ASF members are returning to the camps. Talks are underway, which is very encouraging, because if the second phase of this resistance is announced, it could be bloodier and deadlier. That is why if situation is resolved through dialogue, it should be encouraged. Secondly, Amhara Special Force members have completely withdrawn from a city in southern Tigray, Raya. Raya is disputed between Amhara and Tigray regions. It was part of Tigray before the start of war, but Amhara region has claims to this zone, southern and western Tigray, for decades. Now, reportedly, according to locals from the area, yesterday all Amhara Special Force members left Korem. There is no SF in Korem city now. There is no militia in Korem now. No Fano, no other Amhara militia in Korem. Yes, they are in Alamata, but they have left Korem. Are they going to leave Alamata too? Because they left outskirts, surroundings of Alamata a few days ago. I reported, I think. But they were there in Alamata. Now they have left Korem. It is being reported by some locals that Tigray forces could enter Korem in coming days. Though ENDF is denying. ENDF is there. Ethiopian army is in Korem, in Alamata, in surrounding areas. Ethiopian army is denying the likely arrival of Tigray administration in Korem and Alamata, but reportedly preparations are underway. Tigray could retake Korem and Alamata peacefully in coming days. That is why ASF has been told to withdraw. The withdrawal is not voluntary. Rather, ENDF is calling the shots, and ASF was told to withdraw. No opposition so far. Reportedly, ASF has left Korem. Will it leave Alamata? We'll see in coming days. We saw protests in Korem and Alamata launched by Amhara government. Tigray Communication Bureau criticized the protests. 2 rallies were held, especially one was held in Alamata main rally. And there people protested, saying that they wanted to be part of Amhara, that their Amhara identity was in danger. Tigray, in a statement, said that those who protested in Alamata was brought to Alamata from other areas, from Wollo, from outside Raya. So it seems that this issue is being settled peacefully so far, it seems. Though so far, Tigray administration has not entered Alamata or Korem. Thirdly, because ESAT is being warned by Ethiopian Media Authority. ESAT is a satellite television channel based in the US, I think, founded by Birhanu Naga and Andergacho Sege, the two who were based in Eritrea when they were fighting against EPRDF for years. They were based in Eritrea, they were trained there, they were armed there, while Tigray was training anti-Eritrean groups too. Later, they went to the US and they founded ESAT. ESAT was very critical of TPLF. Then came PMRB, ESAT leaders returned, ESAT organizers returned to Ethiopia. Naga became part of the government. Andergacho Sege is still CEO of this satellite television channel. This channel has now turned anti-government, anti-PMRB since last year, when PMRB launched an operation to disarm Fano, when Pretoria deal was signed. The channel's reporting turned anti-government. That is why government is warning. Ethiopian Media Authority today warned ESAT that ESAT's reporting is not based on facts. It is not balanced. It should work to create unity. Rather, the reporting is creating problems. That is why one last warning is being given to ESAT. It means that Ethiopian government could ban ESAT in coming days. All foreign-based news outlets, satellite television channels, YouTube channels, Ethiopian, they have turned anti-government. OMN has been anti-government for years, though it has become a little soft on government these days. But now we're seeing that ESAT, Ethio 360, EMS, all are slamming Ethiopian government because Amhara diaspora has huge influence in all these news outlets. That is why perhaps Ethiopian government is warning ESAT. ESAT could be closed. It could be banned in Ethiopia, it seems, in coming days. Fourth, there was a video is being circulated in social media showing public execution of a man. Who is he? Is he a civilian? Is he a combatant? I don't know. People say that he's from Wollo. The video shows a militia members publicly killing the man and then torturing his corpse as well. Several viewers contacted me. They said, Sajid, why aren't you sharing this video? I cannot share any graphic material on this channel. And this video is not surprising for me. I don't know when the video was recorded. But I have seen such videos from all parts of Ethiopia. Tigrayans burnt alive in BG. Oromos killed publicly by Oromia forces in Oromia. Amharas massacred in some cases in Vailega. And this man reportedly publicly tortured to death in Amhara Special Zone, people say. We don't know if the video is old or new, but this trend, if is the right word, of extrajudicial killings, public executions by civilians, security forces, and militia members must be condemned. All groups, regions, and forces will have to decide once and for all that whoever is found involved in such public executions will be dealt with strictly. But it is not happening. It hasn't happened. Because if the victim is Oromo, other ethnic groups will not highlight the issue. If victim is Amhara, the other ethnic groups will remain silent. Only Amharas will try to highlight the issue. The problem is that people only speak for those people, for those victims who are from their ethnic group. This is what is aggravating the situation. In Gambela, you saw that OLA and GLF fighters attacked Gambela city a few months ago. And after that, some Oromos in Gambela were extrajudicially killed. And after that, Gambela city police chief and his deputy were arrested, who are being tried at a court. And I saw a campaign in their support by some Amhara activists. So everyone knows that those police commanders oversaw the extrajudicial killings of some Oromos in Gambela. But since the victims are from Oromo ethnic group, that is why Amhara ethnic group activists, they spoke in support of Gambela police officers. This practice should stop. No matter from which ethnic group the victim is, public execution, lynching to death, extrajudicial killings must not be allowed to happen. Those involved should be held accountable. That is the only way forward. And Ethiopian government can form a separate force, separate prosecution mechanism to expedite the accountability for such cases. It can happen if there is will. But security forces are protected by the government. Security forces killed Karayu elders, if you remember, in Oromia. Oromia security forces killed. It was confirmed by Human Rights Commission of Ethiopia. What has happened? Have they been brought to justice? Security officials? No, rather talks were underway for some settlement with the Karayu elders. That is what happens whenever these executions happen. It should stop. Thank you for watching.